Hey there, it's Marianne Tansley from Thrive Admin Services, and in this video I'm actually going to be talking about a new feature in Microsoft Forms to help you create more engaging cover pages for your new forms. So this is an updated immersive style option for your cover page, and it lets you use things like full screen images and video backgrounds and parallax settings, which are those sort of floating box layouts, to give you something that's a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more personalized than perhaps you've been able to do before without it looking quite as, well, let's say clunky. So we're going to jump into Microsoft Forms. So remember, Forms is a web-based app. On the video, I'm working in on a Mac using Microsoft 365 for Business, and I'll be working in Google Chrome. So if you use a different web browser or you're on a PC, some of your buttons may look different, but the actual functionality inside the window will be the same for you. So let's dive in. Hi, so for this section, I'm going to do a form that I already have in place that has this dynamic form. So this is the actual form and we've got all the content in there, and that part hasn't changed particularly. What we're dealing with is this section at the front. So when we preview the form, this is what it looks like on the desktop, and this is what it looks like. Well, it cuts me off a little bit, but this is what it looks like on a device. And part of that is because what we want to do, if we look at it on a mobile, part of it is that what we want to be able to do is increase that engagement with our viewers. So if we're going to go back to style, so when you're working in your form, you would always go through, and I would recommend doing this part first, get all of your content set up. But this part here, so when I click on it, it opens up this section. You can see there's some boxes here, but what happens is Microsoft is continuing to evolve and advance, and it's using an AI function now to produce some immersive styles. Now, here what you're looking at is from style, it will always give you these options. So I can do it in a couple of different ways. You can see it's put that image at the back. That's the one we were just looking at. We can do something a little bit different here. We can have the text overlay. We can do this one, which is quite pretty. And then they've got some here that are dynamic, that have their own video and content in the background. So that's a video one. These ones then are sort of stock standard content that they're producing. So those ones are not mine. I can still fiddle with the title, the subheading, and my little instruction, but it's going to actually pop all of this into the layout that they have. So I can't actually update and load my videos. However, when I'm on this one, what we've got is I can still choose my color schemes. So we've got some colors there. And there's lots of different schemes here. Or I can edit it and I can customize the theme. So if I change this one and go back here, I can upload an image from my computer. So I'm going to just upload from my here, so it's going to upload. Oh, the image has to be, there we go. So the image has to be less than 5 meg in size. So I'm going to go to my OneDrive. I was trying to cheat and just do it from my, so we'll choose one of my brand photography ones. Let's do one of these nice new ones. So if I choose this one, ta-da, and you can see it's this. If we go to preview, and there we go. So I'm there on the, but on the full desktop it looks a bit weird. So I'm going to go back in and edit that, and we're going to try and find one that's slightly better. Let's go OneDrive. Sorry, upload. And we'll go back one. And what I've done there is I've used ones that are landscape, not portrait. They seem to work a bit better. And I'm going to add a different color code to match my, let's do that. So that's I can add my hex code based on my branding. So we go back, and now when I look at these different layouts, if we were to preview them, computer and then mobile, but if I choose, say, this version and computer and mobile, that doesn't look too bad as we scroll through. So it gives you this, I quite like this one where it puts it in the background, but it also does this. This one has text overflow, so like so. Okay, so it's now neat and tidy. If we preview it, this is what it looks like on the desktop, which is quite good. That's what it looks like on the mobile, and then people will work their way through. So it's quite handy. And then you can play with that. Once that's ready, you can see it's got lots of different options in play. Once it's finished, you can go to preview. It's ready to go. And once you're happy, you can then start collecting responses. So I hope that you found that really useful, and it's something that you'll be able to have a play with in your own Microsoft subscription. So the immersive styles are really useful in terms of being able to create a more lasting impression and make people more encouraged to scroll through, which is part of the reason. They're also really useful if you were creating surveys, which you can do with forms as well. You can do feedback type forms or forms and quizzes and surveys. And an immersive cover page can help make it seem more appealing. And again, it's really about getting people to click through on that start button and then actually complete what you've asked for. So you're also likely to get a better response rate. It's much more professional than sort of a blank text look or having sort of a pixelated image, which would often happen if you were using a logo as your background. And it can also just help someone feel like it's a little bit more connected by having a photo of yourself or something that's a little bit more directly connected to the questions that you're asking. So this is a really powerful tool. It's a great advancement in the Microsoft Forms layout, and I'm hoping that it will make it easier for you to use and get your feedback and your responses from your audience using this tool. If you have any questions about the content in this video, you can pop a comment on the video here. You can get in touch with Thrive. You'll find me hanging out on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Just search for Thrive Admin Services. And if you are interested in finding out any more about how you can be using your Microsoft 365 subscription in more ways across your business and in your everyday, then check out Microsoft 101, my fundamental introductory course to Microsoft 365, so that you can work smarter every day. Talk to you soon. Bye.